Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Christopher Terrence Jones. Kanye West was on TMZ doing an interview today, and he made one of the dumbest statements of life. Kanye West said that slavery was a choice, and that in 400 years, there was no way, basically, what he was saying, that there was no way to get out. Kanye West, let me tell you this: my ancestors, your ancestors, were slaves. Why don't you go back and ask some of the people in your family who are older, if they're still around, what it was like to be a slave? Were they able to get away? Because, see, when I read the history books and when I talk to my family members who are older, they say that when you tried to run, you got beat. Your feet may have gotten cut off. Your foot, excuse me. Your hand. And the beatings were no joke. How in this day and age do you, as an artist, make such an asinine statement? And then you went on to say that you're a part of the world. You don't represent the African American community when you try to downplay one of the major things that has happened to the African American community. You and Diamond and Silk support a racist president. Being a racist is a choice. You don't have to be a racist. You don't have to not like somebody because of the color of their skin. That's taught. That's self-hate that's taught. When they were little kids in school, they played with each other. Black kids with white kids with Asian kids, white kids with Latinos, and all different races. But the parents taught them hate. Donald Trump's parent taught him how to hate people of another color. And you support this man who looks at you as a coon and looks at you as a dumb person. He's trying to use you to get more dummies to follow. Because anybody that follows this man is a dummy. Diamond and Silk stand up on national TV at Capitol Hill and they arguing with the Representative Sheila Lee, and they talking about, yeah, we got her told. How do you get her told when she's the one that asks question? All you are supposed to do is answer the question. You talking back. That is toxic to the African American community, because the people that you say that you're representing, we don't want your representation because you two are dummies. You cannot represent us when this man has done nothing to help the African American community. See, let me say this so maybe you guys will really understand this. Congress, senators, everybody that's sitting in there getting paid, they make choices on a daily basis. If they build a wall to keep the Mexicans out, that was a choice. And that was also a choice to not pay teachers. That was also a choice to not put school books in classrooms. It was also a choice to not make sure that students have adequate paper, pencils, supplies that they need to learn. That's a choice. Because the money that you're going to try to build a wall with, you could take that money and give to the classrooms. It's a choice to not pay teachers who have to go out and strike in order to get money because they're living below poverty level. We go to work every day. We get up and go to work every day. That's a choice. You can sit at home, but when it comes time to pay your bills at the end of the month, if you don't have no money because you didn't go to work, then what do? They cut your power off. They cut your phone off. Those are choices that you can do. It's a choice to go to school and educate yourself. It's a choice to put on blue today and green and red. But what's not a choice? Slavery was not a choice. A woman being raped by a man forcing himself on her, that's not a choice. Being held hostage and taken from your land and brought to a whole nother world where you know nothing about, that was not a choice. See, what also should not be a choice? Every African American in this world should see Black Panther. That should have been the first thing you did, because it was the first time ever where we had an all-black cast, where it showed us in our rightful places. Because before we came here, we were kings and queens. But see, they don't want to teach you that, because they don't teach African American history. See, that should be a requirement. That should not be a choice. African American history should still be taught in school, because Kanye West, your generation, and the generation after you seems to forget that slavery was real. And they don't even understand what slavery was about, because they're not being taught. But they are being taught hate. They are being taught how to be racist. They are being taught how to be a male chauvinist. In this world, we have so many different people. If people spent their time living their own lives and stop worrying about what everybody else does and who people sleep with, who people hang out with, the color of their skin, we would be a better place. And no, putting on a hat saying "Make America Great Again" is not going to make America great, because 400 years of slavery is not. What's great about that? Don't speak for a community that you are so far removed from that you don't understand that you are now toxic to the community. Get some help. Go get some help. And I'm being serious as all get out. Slavery was not a choice. No one wants to be hung, killed, murdered, dragged, lynched, beat, raped. Nobody makes that a decision that that's how they want to live their lives. So you and this foolishness need to go somewhere and sit down.